As the Lafayette football team salutes their home stand with the Lafayette alma mater, we present to you the postgame show presented by the Maroon Club. Every gift matters every year. You're invited always to join the Maroon Club today. A tough day for the Lafayette Leopards as they turned the ball over on 3 interceptions in the ball game, and they fumbled the football 5 times and lost 4 of those. 7 turnovers leads to a Georgetown 20-17 victory. And let's take a look at the highlights of tonight's ball game. Here's Mike.
A lot of turnovers for Lafayette, and it didn't really start well for them.
And we're going to skip the highlights for a moment. We'll be back with them because we have the coach down on the field. Here is John.
Frank, just a simple case, too many mistakes to overcome.
Oh, no question. You can't play like that, expect to win a football game. And hey, you got to take your hats off to Georgetown. They come in and played a heck of a game, and couldn't stop the run in the second half. And execution was awful in offense. Turnovers, even there at the end, we get a great shot at that kickoff, get the ball to the penalty at 45-yard line, don't do anything with it, and then you get the ball back and you got time. We're misaligned. We throw a ball right to them. I mean, hey, that's the way it is. They deserve to win, and we deserve to lose.
Frank, I know how frustrating it is for you right now, but this is a football team that has picked itself up off the mat before. It's a tough trip always up to Hamilton, New York. What do you say to this group now to get them back on track?
Well, we still got a shot at the championship. That team does not. Nice win for them. They stuck it to us. We still have a shot. We got to regroup. We will, but we got a lot of work to do. These pre-snap penalties and the fumbles and turnovers, I don't know what it looked like. It was god-awful. And, hey, that's what happened.
It seemed from my perspective it was a game that was dying to be won, but neither team seemed to want it.
Well, it's just, hey, it's one of those days, and I don't have an explanation right now. I'll find one tomorrow, and certainly not going to be happy.
We'll see you up in Hamilton, New York, Coach. Let's turn to Greg Kessel. Greg, a terrific play on the touchdown pass, a little flea flicker. Take us through it.
We saw something on film from Georgetown the last couple weeks. We want to take advantage of that, and luckily we were able to get out there and make the play.
From time to time, we see you line up in the backfield. I've heard Mike Joseph talk a lot about it, using that fullback in an eye. Do you expect to see more of that? Do you miss doing that? We saw more of it last year.
It's really a week-by-week thing. Tonight we kind of went back to that, but it's all in the game plan and depends on what the other defenses are doing.
Greg, terrific effort tonight. You heard me talking to Coach before. Always a tough trip up to Hamilton, New York to play Colgate. Get ready for them and take it to them next week.
Yes, thank you.
Got it. Gary Michael, frustrating day at Fisher Stadium. A tough week next week at Colgate. You guys know how that trip goes. I'm sure they'll lace them up and be ready. Back to you guys.
Well, indeed, and Frank put it in perspective. Win the next 2 of the 3 weeks, as long as it's Colgate and Lehigh, and you've got yourself probably a co-championship. So all is not lost yet. We do have the highlights from tonight's ball game, and we will go now to Mike Joseph.
And there were some key plays tonight, and a lot of them just kind of surrounded around turnovers. This one started early. This was the second turnover for Lafayette in the first 6 minutes of the game. It resulted in a 3-0 lead. And then an interference call here set up another field goal. McCara pushing off, called on Randall Logan, set up the second field goal in that 6-0 lead. Lafayette's offense still struggling. The defense kind of holding them in here. And this was a fumbled punt that was picked up by Matt Smalley. A great heads-up play got Lafayette obviously on the board with their first field goal from their freshman kicker. Drew it in there, a 6-3 lead. And then a touchdown pass right here to Mark Ross. He's been doing it all season. He wrestled this one away very quiet in the second half. Didn't really have a catch, I don't think, in the second half. This is Georgetown's touchdown. Some miscommunication from the secondary and linebackers there. And Kimpala takes it in, takes the lead. Lafayette comes right back, goes down the field, takes advantage of some good field position. A great play action pass, great call by Mickey Fine there. The flea flicker to Kessel. And then we're going to see Kenai Scott. You kind of had a feeling maybe Lafayette would seal it here with an interception from Kenai Scott, their 18th of the year. A great return. This is a great play by Jeremy Moore. He beats Mark Ross. He makes Rodney Gould fumble. He gets the And then the 4th and 2 right here going down the field. The freshman coming back. The backside coverage just relaxed enough to allow Jamal Davis to make that play. Campanella downhill on the toss play. Gets in the end zone. And then the interception here, just like Frank said, some miscommunication. They're misaligned. Justin Adams in there. Maybe that goes back to the fact that Jamel Smith got hurt on the punt. He wasn't in the game, had a little trouble. But like Frank said, you just can't turn the ball over that many times. You did not deserve to win the football game.
They did not, and they did not. 20-17 is the final score in favor of Georgetown. We will go to Colgate next Saturday, a 1 o'clock start in a must-win situation for the Lafayette Leopards, and Colgate has been on a tear. They've been scoring at around 45 to 50 points a clip. We'll have that ball game for you live. That's it for Mike Joseph, John Leone, John Bowman, Rick Gio, the RCN television team. Thanks for spending time with us on LSN. For all of us, I'm Gary Laubach. Good night, everybody.